The Acadians, Episode 1, The Lioness of La Tour by Jim Carey. Based on true events. 17 March 1632, La Rochelle, France, Rue du Palais, night. Charles de Menu d'Aulnay struts in his uniform of a French naval captain, high quality and properly fitted. D'Aulnay swaggers towards his ships, flanked by his two bodyguards. Simon Lebrun jokes with his 5 henchmen along the same street.
I learned to steal before I could walk. Look, here comes a bag of money now.
He jumps in front of D'Aulnay.
My, what a pretty peacock. Do you have money to buy your passage? Give us your money, and we will let you fly, pretty birdie.
D'Aulnay reaches for his sword. Suddenly, D'Aulnay and his men are swarmed by Simon's thugs. Everyone yanks out their swords. A clash of metal. Simon swings 2 swords like a 17th century ninja.
Go to hell. Peacocks cannot fly, you rube. I have trained with a sword my entire life. Rest assured, it is I who will have dark skin fowl on my plate tonight.
Yes, the put. Give us your money. We are 6 and you're only 3. I know me, mass.
Simon grabs one of D'Aulnay's men from behind and swiftly cuts off his ear. The bodyguard screams and covers his bloody ear with his hand.
You murderous bastard!
D'Aulnay deftly slices the chest of one of Simon's thugs. All hell breaks loose. It's a match that fills Simon with glee.
I haven't murdered anyone today. However, I will be happy to satisfy your death wish.
Swords clatter and clang as the fight moves D'Aulnay and his men into an alley.
Let us finish this now, but do not kill the pretty one. I want him to beg me for the relief of his pain.
Men, we have them right where we want them.
Meanwhile, Michel Boudreau, a weary mercenary, and his 3 Battle of Breitenfeld friends laugh and stagger down Rue du Palais with pints of ales in their fists. The clang of swords and battle cries shatter their fun.
Hey, what goes on there? Hey, all of you, stop!
Go to hell.
3 thugs turn to face Boudreau and his friends. Boudreau's men quickly disarm 2 of the thugs. The other thugs drop their weapons and surrender. Simon tries to run away. Boudreau trips him and stabs him in the shoulder. Simon howls in pain.
Ah!
Nicely done, soldier. Now, what shall we do with these louts? Take them to La Maréchaussée?
That will take hours.
Do we just let them go?
Boudreau nods his agreement. D'Aulnay waves his sword at the thugs.
Away with you then. Remember the name. D'Aulnay.
The thugs tend to the wounded, Simon still defiant.
Next time, I will kill you first, ask questions later.
D'Aulnay promptly hacks off Simon's left pinky finger.
Ah, you bastard! You had better kill me now, or I will hunt you down for the rest of my life.
D'Aulnay grabs Simon's right hand and chops off his pinky, ring, and middle fingers.
Ah! Fist de put!
Shall I continue to manicure? Or have you learned your lesson?
Ça suffit. Stop, enough.
Tie him up, like the dog that he is.
Boudreau chuckles at D'Aulnay's smite. One of the men takes a rope from his bag and ties Simon's hands and feet.
Merci pour votre assistance, monsieur. What is your name? I am Charles de Menu d'Aulnay.
Je m'appelle Michel Boudreau. Magnificent swordplay.
May I buy you and your amis some drinks?
We would enjoy that. This rousing game of chicken made us thirsty.
Rue du Palais Tavern, night. A boisterous lantern-lit tavern packed with randy, drunken sailors, giggling prostitutes, and scheming ne'er-do-wells. D'Aulnay leads Boudreau and the rest of the men to a table. He flags down a waitress and orders. She nods yes and leaves the men to their business.
Monsieur d'Aulnay, you seem well-dressed to be in this neighborhood after dark.
The 3 of us are headed back to my ships. This is my captain's uniform. Please, call me Charles.
The waitress returns with drinks and food. D'Aulnay throws some coins on her tray. She smiles. Boudreau smiles and grabs his beer. They all raise their glasses in a toast.
You fought well, Charles. Are you in the Navy?
I was. Now I go to join my cousin Isaac de Razilly in Port-Royal. He's the new governor of Acadia.
Acadia? Oh. Tell me more. The mercenary life is brutal and deadly. I dream of a more peaceful life.
You're the useful person in Acadia. And rest assured, life will be more peaceful.
My parents are dead. There's not much for me here. Sounds like a great adventure. What will you do there?
Acadia gives me the chance to be a powerful and influential person. There are only a few settlers there this time. More settlers will come soon. Land as far as the eye can see. Goats, cows for milk and food. And most important, women.
Maybe Acadia is the chance to live both our dreams. Santé.
Act 1.
6 June 1633, La Havre, Acadia. For Sainte Marie de Grace Day, an idyllic countryside sprawls before us. A wooden fort, rustic houses, and people dot the landscape on a beautiful Sunday day. Spring is in the air. Men sow seeds, milk cows, feed goats, children play tag. Mi'kmaq women work around their homes. Farm animals wander in the field. Fort Sainte Marie de Grace is an imposing wood and stone structure with walls 20 feet high, cannons on towers in each corner. Soldiers smoke pipes and chat at their posts. The gates to the fort are open and casually guarded by 2 soldiers. Boudreau home, a modest farmhouse just outside the fort. D'Aulnay in full uniform, Boudreau in straw hat and work clothes stand on the porch and survey the land before them.
Boudreau, I haven't seen you for months. How do you like your new home?
I never imagined so much snow and so bloody cold. I thought I would die in that endless winter.
Yeah, colder than I expected. Thankfully, only 5 perished.
5 of our friends gone. An old settler told me that past winters killed up to 40 poor souls. Now, go figure. Crops grow vigorously. Perfect weather for living a great long life.
The spring has been marvelous. We can live well here, farming, harvesting nature's bounty, and fur trading.
Even better when the French women arrive, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, French women, French food. C'est la vie. Settling Acadia would be very costly. It would take a lot of support in high places.
Oh, you are in high favor with Governor Azili. Your royal contacts will be helpful.
The king and my uncle Cardinal Richelieu do not understand the challenges. Even though I have royal blood, I do not expect much help from them.
The été des voyages from France?
Oh, that is just one of our problems.
Challenges and opportunities. D'accord, ainsi va la vie.
We have so much freedom here. It is a delicate dance to be independent and loyal.
In France, I would just be another commoner, trying to make my way. In Acadia, I can do something extraordinary for France and myself.
6 June 1645, Port Royal, Acadia, Boudreau home. Michel, Mimi au coin, summery as the day outside, Boudreau's wife, is at the kitchen sink with Francine, their toddler, by her side in their modest one-room farmhouse.
Oh, ma belle enfant, je vous aime beaucoup. Now, shoo, j'ai besoin de faire la vaisselle.
Mimi playfully shoos Francine away and continues to wash the dishes. Boudreau carves a small block of wood. Their baby Jeanne coos in her crib and plays with her wooden toy animals. Boudreau looks over at Mimi, reaches for her hand.
You have been here 5 years now, Mimi, and we have our 2 wonderful children. I hope Acadia feels more like home for you now.
Yes, mon chou. It has been a big adjustment to live here. I love it all, especially the freedom to grow in the fresh land like my beloved roses.
I am happy to hear that. I worry sometimes. Life can be so unpredictable in this new land. I love it, but there's still so much uncertainty and danger. We have the constant threat of La Tour, les Anglais when the mood strikes them, and there is still the chance of a bad storm or harsh winter.
Life here is much like when I grew up in Queen, but better. We have so much freedom here, the chance to prosper, to keep what we work so hard for. Our lives would be perfect, if not for the war.
If not for the damned war.
They embrace each other. Boudreau dims the lanterns. 6 June 1671, Port Royal, Acadia. Boudreau home. The children gather on the porch on a break from their chores. The eldest, Charles Jr., teases his sister, Marie-Elisabeth.
I hear you are seeing Michel Poirier.
It is none of your business, brother.
I just do not want to see you hurt. Poirier has a reputation for kissing and telling.
You need not worry about me. If he makes any stories about me, he will be the one who should worry.
The rest of the brood laugh and jostle each other.
Stop this silliness. Stop it. Father is coming in from the field.
They chatter as they spot their father approach them from the field. Claude seems concerned when he sees his father covered in dirt and sweat.
Michel, why do we have to work so hard?
I wish you would not stop asking me that. We work hard to survive.
But Michel, we're happy and have lots to eat.
Don't you remember how cold and hungry we were last winter?
No, I do not.
Well, I do. I never want to feel that hungry again.
Boudreau mounts the steps and slumps into his chair. He wipes the soil from his face and arms.
Charles, please get me a cool glass of water.
Charles gets up slowly.
Hurry up, Charles. There's still a lot of work to finish today.
Charles jogs to the well, scoops a mug into the bucket, and hurries back to the porch and hands the mug to his father.
Merci, Charles. Where did I stop the story yesterday? Abraham, you remember?
Oui, Papa. I remember. It was a funny part. You made fun of Governor Donnet at his wedding.
C'est vrai. Well, Donnet was known to have a bad temper at times. It was just a week or two after his wife, Jeanne Motin, arrived from France.
Was it normal to get married so quickly, Papa?
No, but there was nothing normal about these days. Now, do you want to hear that story or shall we get back to work?
The story.
All right. Well, this story began when the Saint-Jean, a small passenger ship, arrived at Le Havre.
6 May 1636, Le Havre, Acadia, for Sainte Marie de Grace Shoreline Day. A quartet of drummers and fiddlers play a happy Acadian folk song. A beautiful sunny day with townsfolk dressed in their finest. The ship Saint-Jean bobs in the tidal current offshore. Several pinnaces ferry passengers from ship to shore. Men, women, children, and some Mi'kmaq women watch in amusement. Guards with arquebuses keep watch for unwanted intruders.
My role as the first magistrate of Port-Royal began in 1636. Governor D'Aulnay was my friend, and he helped me a lot over the years. He gave me the chance to be the magistrate for Acadia. En même temps, the Acadian Civil War began soon after D'Aulnay became governor. The earlier governor, Razilly, died in 1635. D'Aulnay did not like Governor Latour across the bay at Fort Latour. D'Aulnay was a visionary, but challenging.
Onlookers speak in hushed tones as the first wealthy and fancy-looking passengers disembark. Nicolas Lecru, ruggedly handsome, is with Anne Motin, his strikingly beautiful wife. She walks with a cane, and one side of her face is a nasty blue and yellow bruise. Nicolas spryly leaps off the boat and holds Anne's satin-gloved hand while she struggles to step over the gunwales. They smile and wave like royalty to the crowd. Jeanne Motin, D'Aulnay's future wife, auburn hair, waif thin, is off the boat next. Pale and exhausted, she staggers off the boat and wipes her mouth with her handkerchief. Claude Motin and Jean Motin, Anne and Jeanne's brother, fall out of the boat, get on their knees, and playfully kiss the ground. Jacqueline de Glenay, their cousin and servant, Sarah Biard, smile at Claude and Jean and raise their hands daintily, waiting for the men to help them off the boat. The gentlemen rogues that they are, Claude and Jean help the women onto the shore. D'Aulnay waits with Boudreau to greet them. The music stops as D'Aulnay steps towards them to welcome the new arrivals.
Bienvenue au Nouveau Monde. Oh, Mademoiselle Motin. May I call you Jeanne? It is lovely to see you again. You may not remember that we met at your father's New Year's Eve party in 1630.
Ah, please, call me Jeanne. Enchantée, monsieur. Oui, I remember it well. I danced with you and you were so very kind to me. How could I forget?
I am happy that you have fond memories of me.
Jeanne looks faint. D'Aulnay steadies her. He kisses her hand. She blushes. D'Aulnay turns his attention to Nicolas.
Monsieur, I am pleased to meet you. I am Governor Charles de Menu d'Aulnay. But please, call me d'Aulnay. There are so many men here named Charles that it creates great confusion. Just watch. Charles!
A group of men turn to see who's calling them. D'aulnay and Nicolas chuckle.
Monsieur le Gouverneur, I am Nicolas Leclerc. I was in the Navy under your command at the Siege of La Rochelle. I was a new ensign, but very impressed by your bold leadership. I would like to introduce my wife, Jeanne's sister. She took a tumble during the rough winter and is bruised all over. These are her brothers, Claude and Jean, and her cousin, Jacqueline.
It is lovely to meet you all. I am sorry, I must attend to business, but I will see you all at dinner. Your baggage will be brought to your rooms. This is my good friend, Michel Boudreau. He will be happy to show you to your rooms and anything else you want to see. Please, feel free to explore the fort and the local farms, but do not venture into the forest.
Merci, monsieur.
monsieur.
Merci.
He blows air kisses to all as he head down the path towards the fort. 16 October 1636, Port Royal, large dining hall, day. An anxious crowd awaits in the large dining hall. They buzz with anticipation. Tables with half-filled red wine glasses are at the ready.
Earlier in the year, the settlers moved from Le Havre to the newly rebuilt Port Royal. Then, 1 month after the move, D'aulnay arranged a meeting for all the inhabitants of the area. People packed the hall like a lobster net about to burst.
Welcome to your new homes. I have an important announcement. I am very pleased to announce my engagement to Jeanne Motin. We will marry in 2 weeks, and you're all invited to the celebration.
The crowd cheers. People turn to admire his glowing fiancée. Jeanne lights up the room with her bright smile and periwinkle eyes. She stands proud by her family, also overjoyed at this exciting announcement.
I am thrilled to marry such a noble gentleman.
Everyone, raise a glass. I would like to propose a toast to my wonderful sister-in-law and her fiancé. Bonne santé.
They raise their glasses and toast Jeanne. The townsfolk run to hug and kiss Jeanne to welcome her into their fold.
Felicitations.
Merci beaucoup. I love you all.
16 October 1636, Port Royal, Jeanne's chambers, night. Anne and Jeanne Motin sit and sip tea at the table.
Are you certain you should be marrying the governor so soon?
Oh, it is a great opportunity for me. He seems a decent man, and he is the governor of half of Acadia, a person of power and influence.
But is that enough? Do you want to be in love? No?
Oh, I don't know about love. Are you in love with Nicolas?
I was in the beginning, but we struggle sometimes.
I notice the tension between you.
Anne clears her throat and quietly sips her tea. 30th October 1636, Port Royal Church, day. Sun glitters like a million diamonds on the bay. Leaves of crimson, purple, and gold flutter in a light breeze. Church violin music echoes out on a cool, crisp fall day. Well-wishers pack the sunlit church pews. D'aulnay and his best man, Boudreau, stand in the front of the church. They wait for the bride and her party.
The D'aulnay wedding was a grand affair. Well, as grand as possible, given the circumstances. Everyone wore their best. They polished their shoes and boots and cleaned their outfits as well as they could. They were well baited, perfumed, and had trimmed and styled their hair and beards.
Why must I always wait? People should wait for me. I should not have to wait for them. I am the governor and related to the king. Do you think the king waits for anyone?
Of course, Your Highness.
Ah, do not mock me. Do you remember what happened to the last jester who did so?
Of course I do. I'm just trying to calm you with some modest humour.
Ah, now is not the time for humor.
D'accord. Do you want me to go and check on your bride-to-be?
No, we will wait. Do not want to start the crowd to chattering, do we?
No, certainement pas.
A musician plays the violin and changes chords to the Te Deum. All attendees turn their gaze as the bridal party slowly enters. Jeanne enters last, escorted by her brother-in-law, Nicolas. 30th April, 1637, Port Royal, D'aulnay home day. The D'aulnay home in the fort is large but sparsely furnished. Everything is beautiful and expensive. Only what is absolutely needed. No sign a woman lives here. D'aulnay sits at the table, looks at the papers. Jeanne putters in the kitchen, excited and nervous.
What would you like for breakfast, mon amour?
Comme d'habitude, merci.
Oh, maybe something different to celebrate our 6 months of wedded bliss.
No, merci.
What will we do today to celebrate?
There is nothing to celebrate. I have work to do. I must prepare for my trip to see the other governor of Acadia, that bastard.
Oh, that would excite me. A trip across the bay to see someplace different and a different bastard? May I join you?
Absolument pas.
Mais pourquoi pas?
It is a business trip, not a sightseeing jaunt.
Oh, I would like to learn more about your business.
Oh, my dear, you do not have the head for business, nor politics. You can barely manage this household.
Mais je crois que...
Enough! You may not go. Do not raise this issue again. Now prepare my breakfast so I can get to work.
1st of May, 1637, Le Creux quarters, night. Anne Motin knits by candlelight on the pout. Nicolas storms in, drunk and angry.
He treats me like a dog.
What happened, my darling?
D'aulnay spent all his time with Bourgeois and Boudreau. I bought him a drink. He paid me no mind.
She puts down her knitting and walks over to comfort Nicolas. She hugs him.
I will talk to my sister about his horrid behavior.
You shall not.
He shoves her hard. She falls.
I will just have a quiet word with her.
It will only make things worse for me here.
Anne gets up. He slaps her back down. His gold family ring leaves a mark on her cheek. Anne sobs, gets up, staggers to her dresser, picks up her mirror, checks her cheek. Nicolas' ring has left a nasty red welt below her right eye.
I will become a respected officer in Acadia without your interference.
2nd May, 1637, Fort Latour, path to the fort, day. Dr. Jacob Bourgeois, with a leather bag on his shoulder, hops out of the pinnace and races to catch up to D'aulnay and Boudreau. They stride towards Fort Latour.
Are you not quite young to be a doctor?
Perhaps, but I was first in my class, and now I'm ready to be the service of the citizens of Port-Royal.
As the unofficial ambassador of Acadia, I then welcome you, Dr. Bourgeois.
Fort Latour. They halt at the entrance to the fort. They are eyeballed by Hugo Classman, intimidating in his Swiss mercenary uniform, adorned with a sword, a dagger in a scabbard hanging from a bandolier under his left arm. Soldiers guard the entrance attentively.
We are here to see Latour.
Who are you? What is your business with Governor Latour?
I am the governor of Acadia, as everyone here can attest. These are my associates, Monsieur Boudreau and Dr. Bourgeois. Do I need to explain why you should fetch him?
Hugo stomps into the fort to search for Latour. Latour quarters, a modest furnished room near the center of the fort. The only extravagance is an ornate carved desk. Governor Charles de Saint-Étienne de Latour, handsome yet weathered like an ancient piece of driftwood, sits at a small round table cluttered in paperwork. Latour sees D'aulnay. Bourgeois and Boudreau approach his quarters with Hugo. Latour stands. 2 soldiers rush to his side.
Guards, you may leave us. These men are welcome. Gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Fort Latour.
Thank you. We are here on business.
What business, might I inquire, Governor D'aulnay?
We are here to inspect your warehouse.
If I allow it, will you show me the same respect?
I will follow the king's edict.
How will that be guaranteed?
I guarantee that Governor D'aulnay has and will follow the terms. He is an honorable nobleman.
Search all you want. My books are in order.
Fort Latour warehouse day. They walk through the warehouse full of furs, lumbers, migamach, handicrafts, checking against the ledger Latour gave them. D'aulnay, frustrated, stomps out of the warehouse, followed by Boudreau and Bourgeois. Hugo stops them in the courtyard.
I am sorry to trouble you, Doctor, but we have an injured trapper here. I wonder if you could please help him.
I am happy if I can help.
We don't have time for this foolishness.
It will only take a moment, and it is my duty.
If you insist.
We're fine, Bourgeois. You go ahead. This will give us time for a pip.
Hugo leads Bourgeois to a bunk room. A young maid tends to a youthful Migamach who lies on a bunk with a nasty head wound. Bourgeois approaches and carefully examines the wound.
I need to clean this head wound.
What do you think, Doctor? Is he going to be all right?
If there is an infection, but he can keep the wound clean, he will heal.
Bourgeois carefully cleans the wound. He reaches into his bag and wraps the man's hand with a fresh bandage. The young Migamach smiles his thanks. Bourgeois reassures him with a pat on the shoulder. Hugo leads Bourgeois to the fort entrance to rejoin Boudreau and D'aulnay. Boudreau and D'aulnay tap their pipes out and stuff them back into their pockets. They bid adieu to Hugo and leave. For Latour path to ship. D'aulnay, Bourgeois, and Boudreau stride towards their boat.
I wonder where Latour hides the other furs.
Why do you think there are more furs?
Latour didn't know we were coming. How could he have hidden any furs?
He knew we would come at some point. He must have more furs elsewhere. Je suis certain.
Boudreau and Bourgeois look at each other, shrug their shoulders, and continue towards the ship, debating with D'aulnay. Latour quarters. Hugo paces in front of the desk. Latour sits at his desk, looks at a rough-hand drawn map of Acadia.
I must get rid of D'aulnay. He wants to ruin me.
Can't you negotiate with him? The king appointed you governor over 6 years ago.
D'aulnay has no respect for me. He was born to a royal family. My father earned his title. I earned my title of governor by staying in Acadie after the English burned our fort in 1613, when most returned to France. He is a snake. His ambition will only end with me imprisoned, deported, or dead.
Well, what if I kill him?
Oh, no. Far too drastic at this point. I will seek help from my friend Governor John Winthrop. He has no love for D'aulnay.
Neither do I.
It is wonderful.
12 June 1638, Boston, New England. Winthrop home, sitting room day. The sitting room immediately gives the impression of wealth and power, yet decorated with a feminine hand. John Winthrop sports a Van Dyke beard, dressed in Puritan clothing, sits with Latour at a large table. Candles flicker in ornate candelabras on the table, and a majestic chandelier hangs above their heads.
The last ship was supposed to have brought nails, bullets, and axes. Instead, they bring cloth, colonists, and a bloody chandelier. What do you think of my chandelier?
Oh, it is exquisite. Marvelous. I have never seen anything like it. It has been a while since I saw you. 2 years, I think. How are things in Boston, John?
Almost 3, actually. It is wonderful to see you again, Charles. You must visit more often. The fighting with the Picots is going well. We have them on the run.
Oh, excellent nouvelle.
More colonists arrive each day, mostly good Puritan families. The king wants us to take more territory, produce more food. He doesn't understand the challenges. My colleagues argue about voting rights and codifying the laws as poppycock.
Any dealings with D'aulnay?
No real problem since Pentecost. I do not like him. No, he thinks he is royal, while he is simply a pretender to a non-existent throne.
Indeed, he is a greedy, plague-ridden, lily-livered knave.
Well said, Charles. How are things up north?
It was a horrible winter. Such a surprise that the spring is so mild that the crops grow so well. The Mi'kmaq bring us more furs each year. Not enough settlers, but they trickle in.
What about you and D'Aulnay? Aside from your dislike of the man, I hear the two of you are feuding.
I much prefer Grisili. I do not trust D'Aulnay. His encounters with me are more and more aggressive. My main reason for these visits is to ensure our trading arrangement continues.
The trade will continue. Helps us both out. Get supplies we need. Our masters in Europe don't understand how challenging it is.
Oh, I wish we could get more French colonists.
And what of D'Aulnay? What are his plans?
Oh, he wants to control all of Acadie. He is ruthless, but he does not have enough men to expand yet.
Well, we will help you when we can.
Oh, I graciously appreciate your support.
You've been a good trading partner, Charles. Always fair and honest. I value your friendship.
Oh, merci, John. I will see you again soon, I hope.
Winthrop and Latour get up from the table and head to the door. Winthrop ushers Latour into the hallway. 30th August, 1639, Latour quarters. Latour sits at the same small round table, cluttered in even more paperwork. Enter Guillaume Desjardins, Latour's principal agent and trusted advisor. Well-fed, well-bred, he stuffs his pipe with tobacco, walks across the room to sit with Latour.
May I offer you a smoke, Charles? You seem troubled.
No, merci. Would you pour us some claret? The trouble is that damn D'Aulnay wants to ruin me.
Latour gets up, pours 2 goblets of claret from the decanter. He brings goblets to the table and sits across from Guillaume.
Wishes me in jail or dead. I need to get rid of him. He claims to be of royal blood and related to Cardinal Richelieu. My father earned his noble title through hard work and bravery here in Acadie.
D'accord. I think D'Aulnay would be happiest with you dead. Gone forever would be his second choice.
No, I don't.
Guillaume lights his pipe, puffs and relights it.
I don't want that viper to rule Acadie. I am 46 years old. I can't live forever. I need a male heir. My dear departed wife, Michibuko, only gave me daughters. When I was last in France, I met a woman, Françoise Marie Jacqueline. Everything I could dream of. Intelligent, beautiful, strong, charming, and very intuitive.
I think you are in love. But why would she come here? It would be a huge risk for her.
I want you to go and get her for me. Give her whatever she wants. Help her see how much I want her as my wife.
Vraiment? Are you sure she is the one?
Oh, I am certain I must be married. She is the one. I must have a male heir.
I will need some more details about the arrangement, dowry, servants, and so on. Huh?
Let's discuss the details over another glass.
Act 2.
31st December, 1639, Paris, France. Hôtel du Roi, dining room, day. Guillaume removes papers from his leather bag on the table. Across it from him sits Françoise Marie Jacqueline. Her parents, Dr. Jacques Jacqueline, his wife, Hélène Lerminier, flank her at the best table near the window at the most expensive hotel in Paris.
I am sorry that Governor Latour cannot be here. He's very busy across the sea, but it is my pleasure to meet you. I will be your main contact in Acadia.
I appreciate that Governor Latour is busy across the sea. It must be a very demanding post. C'est mon plaisir de vous rencontrer, monsieur. How was your trip? How long did it take?
The trip was good. It only took 7 weeks. How was your trip from La Rochelle?
It took us 3 days, but it is very pleasant to get out of La Rochelle.
Now that we are all here, I hope we can all become friends and extend your family with Mademoiselle's interest. Now, the terms of this contract are very generous. Governor Latour sincerely desires to marry Françoise. I must caution you that Acadia is not at all like France. The winters are long and cold. The land is mostly wilderness, and there are few Europeans. There are many tribes, including our allies, the Mi'kmaq. Like our country, some groups are friendly, others are hostile.
Oh, that sounds very frightening.
That sounds very exciting. Not at all like our boring life here, Mother.
Yes, it will be very exciting. I am overjoyed to see that you are an adventurous spirit. Latour thinks you do as well. Just one of your many charms, I am sure.
I remember the governor fondly. He saw me after I performed at l'Hôtel de Bernion a few times. Did you know that it is the first public theater in Paris?
No, I did not know that. We have some theater in Acadia. You will light up the stage. Let us discuss the terms and see if they are agreeable.
D'accord, allons-y.
Bien, d'accord. Firstly, Jacques, you will not need to provide any dowry for Françoise.
Ah, that is very unusual, but certainly agreeable to me.
Latour loves your daughter and will provide 2,000 livres for Françoise to purchase jewelry and whatever else she needs for a comfortable passage.
That is very generous. Mama, you will have to help me with the shopping.
Oh, I will be delighted.
Latour pledges Françoise an inheritance of 10,000 livres. Françoise, after you depart Acadia, if anything should prevent your marriage, he pledges you 8,000 livres to compensate you for your long journey.
You and Governor Latour seem to have thought of every eventuality.
Once married, Françoise will be entitled to everything acquired during the marriage. She will be the guardian of any children and will receive an allowance for their care. Mademoiselle will also have 2 maids and a manservant.
It sounds perfect to me. Papa, Mama?
I fully support this marriage.
I just wish you would not be so far away. If it is what you want, Françoise, I only want you to be happy.
D'accord. We are agreement on the terms. Let us celebrate this wonderful occasion.
Françoise and her mother hug. Hélène struggles not to cry. Jacques and Guillaume, happy, shake hands. 15 May, 1640. Port-Royal, D'aulnay's storeroom day. Latour and Hugo stand face to face with D'aulnay and Boudreau in D'aulnay's storeroom, packed with furs and trades goods.
I am here to inspect your furs per our agreement.
Why bother? It is obvious to me that you poach on my territory. You are getting more furs than I am, and your territory is smaller.
You, monsieur, are a foolish dilettante. My territory is smaller, but has easier access for the Mi'kmaqs.
Come now, gentlemen, let us remain civil. Surely there must be a peaceful way to resolve this.
There is logic in what Boudreau says. I prefer to kill English rather than you.
C'est de tendre, Hugo. D'aulnay, can we resolve this peacefully?
Of course we can, Latour. We are supposed to split the furs 50-50. You are getting more than your share now. It is only fair that you give me 10% more.
Why should I give you more? What have you done to help me? Oh, yeah.
I can offer you peace and my support. You can get to keep 40% of your furs and I won't kick your ass again.
Feasted with time.
D'aulnay takes a swing at Latour. Latour dodges. D'aulnay hits him on the cheek. Latour reels and comes back with a hard punch to the nose. D'aulnay reels, hits his head on the corner of a fur-laden table. He's stunned for a moment. Bourgeois checks to make sure D'aulnay is not seriously injured. He helps him up. D'aulnay immediately goes at Latour and grabs him by the throat. Boudreau and Hugo separate them and hold them back from each other.
I will kill you. Venu du lignage des royaux des Félons.
Espèce de long chien.
I swear on my mother's grave, I will ruin you.
Oh, your mother, father, and allies are far away. By the time Mama comes to help you, it will all be over.
Leave before I throw you in my dungeon.
15 June 1640, Boston, New England. Winthrop home, sitting room, night. Latour and Winthrop lean against the fireplace mantel and sip red wine from crystal goblets.
You look well, John. It has almost been a year since we drank together.
That's too long in any man's book. Have you been well?
I will meet my new bride, Francoise, soon. Her ship should have left France by now.
That is great news.
Oh, thank you. There is some bad news, however.
What bad news?
D'Aulnay wants me dead.
Oh, that is horrible news. What has he done now?
It is not so much what he has done. He wants to be rid of me and control all of Acadie.
He is ambitious and ruthless, as we saw at Pantagay, where he and his men killed several of our troops.
I worry that it will soon be open warfare.
Oh, that would be bad news for us, worse for you.
I agree. If we can stop him now, we can enjoy a peaceful coexistence.
What do you need from me?
I need men, ships, and supplies.
I support you fully, but I have to confer with the council.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
In the meantime, I would like you to be my guest.
Oh, you are too kind. I am delighted to accept and spend more time with you and your wonderful family.
Let my housekeeper show you to your room.
Winthrop rings a bell. The housekeeper rushes into the room. She shows Latour to the guest quarters. Winthrop home dining room day. Latour and Winthrop sit at the table and sip tea in colorful porcelain cups.
John, has the council made their decision?
They have. It was a long and lively debate.
What help can you give me?
I can help, but not as much as I hoped. The council was divided. You will be able to purchase supplies, hire men and ships.
And
you'll have to negotiate terms with each ship owner and with any soldiers who are available.
That is much less than I hoped for.
That was the best I could do. Many on the council don't want to be involved at all.
Well, I appreciate your support.
I wish I could do more. I sincerely hope you can resolve your issue with D'Aulnay, and I wish you the greatest good fortune with your fiancée.
Oh, merci. I do not feel hopeful about that bastard D'Aulnay. I do feel hopeful about Francoise.
19th of June, 1640, for Latour, Dockside, day. Bees hum and ruby-throated hummingbirds flit from flower to flower in a lush spring meadow. Françoise and Guillaume disembark from the pinnace that had brought them from the ship L'Amitié de La Rochelle. Guillaume points to the path that leads them towards Fort Latour.
The ship L'Amitié de La Rochelle, a 250-ton merchant ship with 9 cannons and other assorted but much needed weaponry, is moored on the banks of the Annapolis Basin. The cannons reinforce Fort Latour as tensions between Latour and D'Aulnay rise. These are early days of the Acadian civil war that will engulf the region. Today, we prepare for war. Tomorrow, we prepare for love.
1st of July, 1640, for Latour Chapel, day. Sun sparkles through the open window shutters of the small chapel. Townsfolk sweat in their Sunday best, happy to escape their duties in the hot sun for a few hours. Guillaume pulls on the waistband of his pants and fans it back and forth to let some cooler air waft over his private parts. A nervous young priest at the front of the altar mops his sweaty brow with his handkerchief. Beside the sweaty priest stands Latour, cool as a cucumber. He watches the entrance for his bride-to-be. Hugo stands proudly at Latour's side. All eyes are glued on Françoise, resplendent in the royal blue gown that she and her mother chose to complement her sparkling blue eyes as she enters the small church. Françoise glides up the aisle unaccompanied. She holds a yellow linen handkerchief that matches her collar and cuffs trimmed with lace. She wears a ruffled, high-necked partelet. The sun creates an angelic halo around her as she proceeds towards the altar. She stands opposite Latour. For Latour Quarters Day, 12 days later of married bliss, Françoise busies herself to ensure everything is perfect for an intimate night with her husband. She fluffs the cushions on the couch in their common room. She flits to their bedroom where she takes a small perfume bottle from her dresser, dabs behind her ears and in her décolletage. She puts the stopper back in the bottle. She moves to the cauldron over the fire to stir the chicken. She wafts the aroma to her nose and takes a small sip of the hearty stock from her large wooden serving spoon.
C'est délicieux comme on mérite. Monsieur, le poulet est tendre.
Latour enters the door, smiles at his love, and pulls a colorful bunch of wildflowers from behind his back. Her eyes light up in glee. Françoise puts the lid on the chicken and blows him a kiss. She rushes to give him a huge hug and kisses him all over his face, ending with a passionate kiss on his lips. He melts into her arms, savoring the moment. They sit at a small round table. Candles flicker in the twilight.
Oh, you smell like a meadow of fresh flowers, as sweet as anything I can imagine.
Pardon? You don't like the aroma of my chicken?
Latour smiles at her, takes her hand, kisses her palm and up her arm.
Les arômes drive me mad with hunger for you.
That is an exciting idea. Monsieur, life is certainly not boring here. Besides you, my dear, there is much to love about Acadie. Freedom, land as far as the eye can see, fresh crops, game, and seafood. The people are so kind and generous.
I am thrilled that you are enjoying life here.
It is beautiful here. The air is so fresh. Konya always smelled like hospice and dead rats.
Oh, your imagery makes me laugh, darling. Oh, I do love it here. The freedom to follow our dreams.
I see how much you love Acadie, and I can't imagine being anywhere else. This is all.
Oh, I love you more every day, my darling. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. You fill me with hope and joy.
You make me feel I have found heaven on earth.
Oh.
They embrace and kiss each other deeply. Françoise gets up, extends her hand to lead Latour to the bedroom. 28 July 1640, for Latour Courtyard Day. A group of Mi'kmaq chat with Hugo and the front gate guards. Latour joins them. Latour smiles at Kitchetek, a Mi'kmaq grand warrior chief who is with his wife, Menougi. As smart and grand as Kitchetek, with a keener sense of humor than both men. Menougi steps forward to shake Latour's hand. Kitchetek gives Latour a manly hug.
It is good to see you, my old friend. I have wonderful news. I have another son. I named him after you. We call him Charlie Tech.
Oh, félicitations. Oh, thank you for the honor. Oh, it is good to see you and Menougi.
Many winters have passed, and we are all here, and the spirits have granted us good health. I hear the trouble with Donnay is getting worse.
It is worse. Is there any help you can provide?
I will do what I can. Menougi is here today to help with planning Donnay's downfall.
When can you gather your men for an attack?
It is not like Paris.
No, it does not smell like horse piss and dead rats.
Everyone lives so close together. You could even see the king. We could contact anyone quickly. The men hunt in large area and will be hard to gather quickly.
So true. Here we are separated by turbulent water, high cliffs, and huge distances.
12 December 1632, Paris, France. Louvre Palace Day. Latour and his two Mi'kmaq companions in full regalia disembark from their carriage outside the Louvre Palace. They enjoy sunshine that glints off majestic white limestone buildings.
Kitchetek and his wife Menougi were a spectacle in Paris. No one had ever seen anyone like the Mi'kmaq. Kitchetek and Menougi had never seen anything like Paris. buildings 10 times bigger than the largest fort, horse-drawn carriages and people everywhere.
The inside of the Louvre Palace is beautifully appointed with personal mementos and decorations from around the world. The king sits on an ornate throne dressed in royal finery. Guards with matchlock muskets stand at attention at the grand entrance. More heavily armed guards with halberds and crossbows protect King Louis XIII and Cardinal Richelieu. Cardinal Richelieu, forceful but fading, his right arm is wrapped in gauze with a visibly oozing discharge. He coughs blood into his handkerchief.
Your Highness, I beg to present to you Governor de la Tour from Acadia and his companions.
Sitting in profile, speaking in hushed tones to his council, we see the strong Grecian nose and square jaw of King Louis XIII, King of France. He diverts his attention, shifts in his throne to gaze upon the wondrous guests before him.
Magnifique! You must be kings in your land. Your costumes and decorations are exquisite. The new world is much more exciting than I had imagined. Are these Micmac friendly?
Yes, Your Highness. In fact, they have learned French over the years.
The king signals to Menugui and Kitchetek to approach the throne. Menugui and Kitchetek look to Latour, who nods in approval. The two approach Louis le Juste. They gawk at the regal splendor. The king holds out his hand for them to kiss his ring. They look at each other quizzically. Latour signals them to kiss the ring. They kiss the ring and look at each other, uncertain.
Enchanté. Comment vous appelez-vous?
Je m'appelle Kitchetek.
Et moi, je m'appelle Menugui.
Très bien, charmant. What do you think of Paris?
It is very strange.
What do you mean?
There are no trees, many people, and no wigwams.
It smells like piss.
The king chuckles. The rest of the chamber sigh in relief. Without invite from the king, Latour steps closer.
Forgive them, Your Highness. Acadia has vast spaces with few people, untouched forests, huge rivers, and great seas. Wilderness is all they know.
Oh, I want to hear more. Will you join us for a mass ball tomorrow night?
Oh, certainly, Your Highness.
Now, please tell us, why are you here?
Your Highness, there are challenges settling Acadie and having two governors.
We are very interested to hear more about this. We have many petitioners to see, and we will try to reconvene later in your visit. Good day.
Latour, Kitchetek, and Menugui attend the royal masked ball, but are unable to meet with the king. Frustrated, they leave Paris 3 days later.
11th of September, 1640, Port Royal, Latour ship deck. Latour's soldiers fire from their ships. Bang! A cannonball whistles through the air and shatters the timbers of D'aulnay's fort. Wood flies in all directions. Sailors cheer in triumph. D'aulnay directs his soldiers from the parapet.
That bastard Latour, kill that piece of shit, now!
D'aulnay's cannons bombard Latour's ships. On Latour's ship,
fire! Off with all their heads!
Latour's cannons roar. At D'aulnay's fort, a cannonball strikes D'aulnay's captain and kills him instantly. Too angry to be sad, D'aulnay grabs a musket, fires at Latour's ship. He commands his men.
Kill him! Kill Latour! Kill them all, now!
Another cannonball smashes the fort parapet. Nicolas screams, drops, and clutches his mangled hand. Bourgeois rushes to his side.
Let me have a look.
Bourgeois examines Nicolas' hand. He takes a cloth tourniquet from his bag and ties it tightly around his forearm.
Keep this tight. Are you not the brother of Governor D'aulnay's wife?
Oui, c'est vrai.
I will take care of you as if you were my own brother.
Merci. Please take this.
Nicolas removes the gold family ring from his bloody hand and gives it to Bourgeois. Bourgeois stuffs it in his pocket. Meanwhile, at the helm of the ship, Latour and Hugo confer.
Cannot finish them off from here. How many men do you think they have?
20 on the parapet, but there must be more. Land, we will be within range of their cannons and muskets.
D'accord. What do you advise?
This is a stalemate. We need a larger force.
Oh, damn it, you are right. 2 years, you think we could end this bloody war?
Act 3.
15th September 1640, Port Royal, Acadia. D'Aulnay ship deck day. 3 ships sail into Fort Latour harbor. A man of war and 2 smaller ships hammer Fort Latour with cannonballs. The fort returns fire. D'Aulnay, Boudreau, and Bourgeois stand at the helm. They take turns to look through D'Aulnay's spyglass. Nicolas, sullen, 4 days later, his hand is still covered in bloody bandages, watches the men from the bow.
This spyglass is truly amazing. I can almost read Latour's lips from here.
100 livres to the cannoneer who knocks off Latour's head.
That will be quite the shot.
Ouais, on vraiment hack à mon avis.
As long as we can maintain the blockade, we will starve them out. If we land, we lose our advantage. We do not know how many men they have. Attacking the fort will put our men in range of all their guns.
We do not have enough men to attack on land, sail the ships, and fire shipboard cannons. We will continue the blockade, but the bounty on Latour's head remains. Oh, I would love to see a cannonball knock off Latour's hat with his head inside it.
25th December 1640 for Latour, Ramparts Day. Latour, Françoise, and Hugo on high alert for any change in D'Aulnay's strategy as they watch his ships sail back and forth. D'Aulnay's ships fire sporadically at the fort. The fort cannons return fire. Little damage to either side.
It has been 10 days and they have not come ashore. I offer a lucky shot that will kill the Silo Mouche D'Aulnay. That will surely turn the tide.
So far, the cannons have not had much impact. Merci.
If they come ashore, they can only bring a few of their smaller cannons, and they will be within range of all our guns.
How long will our supplies last?
We have enough for 1 month.
Can we defeat them here and now? What are our chances?
They outnumber us 3 to 1. We cannot break the blockade without at least 2 ships of the line. I pray that our allies come to our aid.
I never saw anyone's prayers answered. It is action, not prayer, that we need.
25th October 1640 for Latour, Ramparts Day. Françoise et Latour stand on the ramparts. D'Aulnay's 3 ships finally sail out of the bay.
Ah, they leave us finally. It is good timing.
They must have been running low on supplies.
The snares we set around the fort and the night foraging saved us.
Oh, it was clever of you, Mimi. You are full of surprises.
I used to catch rabbits back in Cunha. It was a diversion from the border. Now we have to prepare a surprise for D'Aulnay. Is it his birthday soon? Perhaps I shall make him a tarte à la merde.
Oh, first let us celebrate. Send everyone out to gather food and firewood. We will have a feast tonight.
Elle est superbe.
Françoise and Latour hug and climb down the rough-hewn stone steps from the ramparts. 11th May 1641, Latour quarters. Françoise and Latour dine at their table, drink tea, and eat cassoulet.
La cassoulet, c'est délicieux.
Thank you, my love. You seem troubled, though. What has happened?
I received letters from France ordering my return to face D'Aulnay's charges and to surrender both my fort.
It is incredible that the king supports this slander and believes the lies D'Aulnay spews.
His uncle Richelieu as the heir of the king. I must answer these charges. D'Aulnay was born royal. I was not. He will have the advantage at court. I could give D'Aulnay Fort Cap de Sable. It is smaller and not enough men to defend it properly. He will send men to protect the fort, reducing his strength at Port Royal.
That makes sense. But my love, if you go to France, you may be imprisoned or executed.
I could send one of my advisors to speak on my behalf.
I will speak on your behalf. I will present your case.
Go to France. Oh, no. Shoo. It is too dangerous.
I am the best person to do this. I know the situation and can appeal to the king. You know I can be very persuasive.
My darling, you are the most persuasive person I know. I trust you with my life. Are you sure this is the best solution?
Oui, certainement. This is the only way we can advance your cause at court.
Well, if anyone can influence the king, it will be you.
With a self-satisfied smile, with his fork, Latour picks out a nice piece of pork and flings it at his love. Like a skilled cat, grabs the bird, she catches it in a mirth. They both laugh. 21st October, 1641, Louvre Palace, Royal Meeting Room. The sumptuous meeting room adorned with chandeliers and candles. Huge, colorful Savonnerie woven Oriental-style carpets, crafted at the Louvre, hang on the walls. Françoise enters, wide-eyed. Calmly, she winds a path through the throng toward the king. She curtsies, smiles at King Louis XIII and Cardinal Richelieu. Richelieu endures to stand erect at the foot of King's throne.
Now we are going to hear the case against Governor Charles de Sionainn de la Tour, represented by his wife, Françoise Marie Jacquelin. The charges are treason, theft, and disrespect to the French crown.
He points to the spot where Françoise should stand. Calm, she steps forward.
I will address these charges.
The most serious charge is treason. The penalty is death. Governor Latour is accused of failing to properly share the furs he received with Governor d'Aulnay.
My husband, Governor Latour, complies totally with the king's edict. He keeps meticulous records and fully complies.
Can you prove this assertion?
Yes. I have records from last year of all the trades we made. You can see.
Oh, we will have our auditor look over the records with you.
I have the records.
The second charge is theft. The third charge is disrespect to the French crown. Your husband is accused of abusing and assaulting Governor d'Aulnay, an officer of the crown.
Governor d'Aulnay has been the instigator of these issues. He is the aggressor. He is the one who attacked my husband over the last 5 years.
What proof do you have of this assertion?
I have numerous witnesses of the encounters between my husband and Governor d'Aulnay.
Can you present any of these witnesses today?
No, they are in Acadie.
As I thought, you have no proof. This whole defense is preposterous. Governor d'Aulnay is as loyal to the king as anyone I have ever known.
I will prove beyond doubt that d'Aulnay is not as loyal as you believe.
Where is your husband, Governor Latour, to answer these charges?
Sadly, Your Highness, he is ill and could not travel.
Madame, I pray that he gets well soon. Nonetheless, if he is found guilty, he must return to France to face his punishment.
We will prove your husband's guilt, and he will be dealt with.
My husband is not guilty. I have a certificate from the Recollet Fathers attesting that d'Aulnay destroyed their church and monastery at Lens.
This statement is preposterous.
The directors of the Company of New France support the claims of my husband over those of d'Aulnay.
These are serious charges.
Lies! I assure you, Your Majesty.
All true, Your Majesty. Furthermore, d'Aulnay has not made any attempt to expand the settlement of Acadie. He has not aided attempts by missionaries to convert the Mi'kmaq to the true faith.
We will bring Governor d'Aulnay here to answer these charges. I am very concerned that d'Aulnay destroyed the Recollet Church and Monastery. Betraying our faith is also punishable by death. We cannot kill a man twice. Let us hear him directly regarding these charges.
Oh, Your Majesty, I implore you.
That suffit. I have made my decision. Merci, Madame Latour. Go with Christ and my blessing.
Francoise curtsies and rushes out of the royal meeting room. 14th January 1642, 1 year later. Louvre Palace, royal meeting room. Donnet enters the meeting room. He sizes up the crowd and smoothly glides towards the king and his uncle Richelieu.
Welcome, Governor Donnet. Now, we are going to hear the case against Governor Charles de Donnet, representing himself. The charge are treason, theft, and failing to comply with orders of the king.
I will address all these charges to prove that Latour is the real traitor.
Latour's heinous behavior must be brought to its logical end. Please continue, Governor Donnet.
I will prove beyond doubt that Latour is a scoundrel who deserves to hang.
Monsieur, you will neither decide his guilt nor his punishment. Just state your case.
Latour is a Huguenot who conspires with the Puritans to betray French interest in Acadia. He trades extensively with the New Englanders.
He should not be conspiring with those Anglais heretics.
I was appointed governor in 1635. I brought a shipload of settlers to Acadia in 1636 and several more ships over the years.
Did Latour ever bring over any settlers? Did he do anything to prompt French settlement?
Never. His fort is staffed by mercenaries and Micomacs. There are no French women other than his wife. Latour captured 2 of my ships, took 9 men captive and used them as slave labor at his fort. I was given control of all of Acadia in 1638. Soon after that, Latour's Indians killed 2 of my traders and stole their goods on the St. John River. This is verified in writing by the Capucin monk who traveled with them.
These claims must be true. Who could invent such horrifying behavior? Governor Donnet would never make a false claim.
Cardinal Richelieu, as I previously stated to your governor here, you will neither decide Latour's guilt nor his punishment. It is I who will decide the veracity of any claims and any punishment to be rendered thereafter. You have 2 ears and only 1 mouth so that you can listen more than you speak.
Mea culpa, Your Highness. Please excuse my lack of courtesy.
The most recent incident, Your Highness, was when Latour attacked my fort at Port-Royal without cause. He killed my captain and several of my men.
Oh, these are most serious assertions.
Je jure, Your Majesty, all true.
Madame Latour made several charges against you. Did you destroy the Récollet church and monastery?
No, Your Majesty. The church and monastery were destroyed by New Englanders.
The directors of the Company of New France claim you do not pay your bills.
Ah, this is a political canard to discredit me. I always pay my bills and in a timely manner.
Madame Latour claims that you have not attempted to settle Acadie.
That is a complete falsehood, Your Majesty. My ship, the Saint-Jean, arrived with over 100 settlers in 1636. I moved the settlement from Le Havre to Port-Royal, where the land is better for growing crops. I brought several more shiploads of settlers since then. They all flourished in Port-Royal and beyond with newborn children, abundant pastures, and livestock. I ask you, is this not the picture of a wonderful life in Acadia?
Picturesque setting that depicts what I hope all our colonies will become. We will look at this issue more closely and make a decision. For now, you are dismissed. Go with God and my blessing.
Donnet bows to the king and Richelieu and departs. 20th April, 1642, for Latour courtyard, day. Menugui and several Mi'kmaq travelers arrive at Fort Latour with bundles and fur pelts. They trade their furs for axes, cooking pots, and other goods with various traders. Latour notices them and hurries to greet them.
Menugui, it is good to see you.
They hug warmly.
It is good to see you, Charles. You survived another winter, and Donnet has not managed to put your head on a post.
Donet's head would look much more attractive on a post than mine, don't you think?
You are very funny, my old friend. Donet's scowling face would not look attractive anywhere, even on a post.
My friend, you look well. Even better than after our trip across the ocean. Oh, that ocean voyage. I could not eat or sleep for many days. It was far worse than being in mid-lake in a thunderstorm in a canoe. Being that no one from your tribe has ever been to Paris except for you and Kishitek, that is quite an achievement, n'est-ce pas?
I do have fond memories of Paris. However, my best memory was when we came ashore and my feet touched my home and became my land.
You are correct, my friend. There is no place like home.
Charles, what are you doing about Donley?
I would love to force him out of Acadie, but Port Royal is strong and his men are loyal.
They are strong, but not as strong as Donley would like to believe. Perhaps Kichitek and I can help.
Well, all ends are welcome. What can you offer?
I have an idea that might just be the answer to your problem. Let me talk to Kichitek and we will get back and come back to visit you before the next full moon.
Well, thank you, my friend. Would you join us for a drink?
No drink at this time, thank you. We must go now. We can reach our camp by dark.
May you and your loved ones always be well.
Voici.
Minugi leaves the fort. 11th May, 1642. Latour quarters. Jacques, a swaddled baby boy, coos in Francoise's arms.
I cannot believe our good fortune. A healthy, happy baby boy.
Oh, my dream is come true. A strong, beautiful, intelligent wife who is also my best friend. And now, oh, a beautiful baby boy. It seems you have brought me a great deal of good luck, ma chérie.
It is not luck, my darling. It is passion. I love you. I love baby Jacques. I love our life here. I just wish Donley would leave us in peace.
I wish I would never hear that name again. He is like a bad rash that never goes away. There must be some way to resolve this.
Yes, we must find a resolution to the Donley problem. I must go back to France. Richelieu is ill and rumored to be on his deathbed. There will be a new chief minister who may take our side against Donley.
No. It is not safe. Jacques needs you.
My maids can take care of Jacques. I had great success with the king last time. I will have even greater success with the king and his new chief counselor this time.
I understand. I wish I could agree, but we must search for another plan.
What is wrong with my plan?
My dear, your plan is good. Just the timing is wrong. Jacques needs you, and you need to rest and get strong.
What else can we do? Do you have another plan?
No, my heart. I have not thought of anything else. Donley hates me and will not negotiate. I will likely be killed if I go to France.
I will go.
My dear, please don't. It is too dangerous.
It is our only chance.
Francoise lays Jacques in his bassinet. He coos and smiles as he plays with the small carved wooden cow.
Act 4.
14th May, 1642. The roar of a black bear. Baie Française near Faux-Latour night. A black bear mother and her two cubs scrounge for fish washed ashore in the dappled moonlight. A blood moon fades like embers over Baie Française. Minugi and Kichitek pause in their canoe to marvel at the bears gathering food. They come ashore upstream of the bears at a respectful distance to leave the mother and her cubs undisturbed. They pull their canoe ashore above the high tide mark and wedge it into some brush. Minugi lights a small torch. Silently, they both glide into the woods. A great horned owl perched on a branch in the twilight of the forest notices their passing. Minugi and Kichitek appear like smoke out of the brush and approach the fort backlit by the full moon. Silently, they slink past several dozing guards on their way to the fort, leaving them undisturbed. They arrive at the fort as the sun rises and approach the two guards at the front gate. The guards recognize them and open the gate. Kichitek and Minugi nod respectfully and enter the fort. A guard leads Kichitek and Minugi to Latour's quarters. The guard knocks on the partially open door.
Come in, Hugo. I've been expecting you.
Kichitek and Minugi enter, smiling. Latour looks up from his table cluttered with maps and paperwork, surprised.
I wasn't expecting you two. Welcome. Oh, you both look well. What are you doing traveling by night? Don't you ever sleep?
We love the night. It is so quiet and safe.
Latour motions them to sit with him at the table. He clears away the papers and maps, moving them onto a countertop. Kichetek and Menugi sit at the table.
You look exhausted, Charles. Are you ill?
Oh, not at all. Thank you for your concern. I think my worries about Dolnier are aging me.
Perhaps we have some good news on that subject.
Well, if you can help me overturn that pompous ass, that would be the greatest gift I have ever received.
It won't be easy. My initial idea was to attack at night during a moon when there was a fog. We approach quietly and unseen. We eliminate the guards outside the fort.
I like this idea, but how do we open the gates without being seen or heard?
Our new plan is to have warriors take furs to his fort at Port Royal in the middle of the moonless night. They will gain entry to the fort to trade. The fort will be quiet. After exchanging their furs for trade goods, they will leave the fort. When the gate opens, the men who are hiding outside will enter the fort and kill everyone.
Must we kill everyone?
No, we can take the women and children as part of our tribe. Any men who surrender can also join our tribe.
We can find many warriors to mount the attack at the next new moon.
The next new moon after the next will be possible. I will find a way to find the needed ships and hire mercenaries right away. I will send Ugo to you 2 weeks before to let you know that I am ready. You will let him know if your warriors are ready.
This is a good plan. We will hunt and forage near Beaubassin. That will give us time to gather our warriors.
I can see Dolnier's end. Oh, I will sleep better now, dreaming of his head glaring at me from the parapet of his fort.
They all laugh and nod in agreement. 9th July, 1642, Latour quarters. Latour and Hugo sit at the table, drink tea and eat biscuits with raspberry preserves.
Oh, I am so frustrated I could spit. Ugo, what can we do to get ships and men? I do not have enough money for both, and I cannot get the support I need from Winthrop.
Latour squashes the preserves onto his biscuits.
Kichetek and Menugi have their plan in place, and I'm still floundering.
I simply think it is time I charge into his fort, put my sword in his belly, and gut him like a wild boar.
Hugo chomps his biscuit. Raspberry preserves drip from his mouth like blood. 9th August, 1642, Latour quarters.
Nicole, can you please get Jacques? He is fasting.
Nicole Colson, the nanny, is as fresh as the laundered baby clothes she pulls from a wicker basket on the table.
Yes, madame. He has a strong voice, but he does not use it often.
Nicole retrieves Jacques from his bassinet.
Non, il a une couche de merde.
After you change him, he will probably want to eat.
I will get him some porridge.
Could you take him out for some fresh air after we eat, s'il vous plaît?
Je vous en prie. I will take him to see the ducks down by the water.
Nicole, thank you for your help today. My house lady shop and tend the garden. Babies are not there for day.
I am always happy to help, madame. Jacques is so easy. Any way I can be of service to help pay you back for helping my brother, sister, and I learn to read. I feel we have truly escaped our struggles in Loudon, France, now that we are here in Acadia.
I love teaching you and your siblings. I am sorry we cannot practice more often. I am so busy these days helping Governor Latour. A governor's life is busy, but his wife is even busier.
I do not know what he would do without you.
Neither do I.
4th September, 1642, Winthrop Home Day.
The Winthrops thrive along with the whole of New England. The constant warring of the English with the French and Spanish has created great demand for food. This boom for the New England economy was very welcome after the early years of want and struggle. More settlers arrive every day, and everyone profits.
Charles and John walk around on the Winthrop Water's Edge property. Sun sparkles on the water, and 3 large ships bob serenely in the harbor. A lovely orchard bursts with ripe apples. A large mixed garden flourishes with vegetables and flowers, which is bordered with fields of corn. Goats, chickens, and pigs graze in small pens. Cows and Dutch cob light draft horses graze in front of the large red barn. The property is meticulously tended and prosperous.
John, what a marvelous place. It feels magical. It takes me back to when I was a boy in France. The prosperity is keeping you well. You haven't aged a day since we first met.
Wither picks a sparkling red apple and hands it to Latour.
Here, Charles, try this apple. They are especially delicious this year. How are things up north?
Latour takes the apple and shines it on his jacket.
Nothing has changed. I still fight with Dolnier.
Latour takes an angry chomp out of the apple.
Did Corbet get you the supplies you wanted?
Thank you. He did. I always want more guns and bullets. I especially like that molasses from Jamaica. We'll have our sweets during the long, cold winter.
I'm sorry I cannot help you more.
John, I hate to impose, but there is one thing.
What is it? You know I will do anything I can to help you and to thwart Dolnay.
I have a plan to finish Dolnay, but I do not have enough funds nor resources to get a large enough force to strike the final blow. I desperately need more ships and more fighters.
I sincerely wish I could help you with this. You know that I have enemies here in New England and among the English royalty. If I were to help you to this extent, they would surely use it against me in the coming election. It could result in a larger conflict here. Could lead to war.
No, I understand. I would not want to put you in a position to compromise your high standing. Can you think of anyone else that might provide some support?
I cannot. There are just so many challenges here.
Well, tell me about your challenges.
Well, we have peace for now. I worry about the civil war in England, which is getting worse. The more radical Puritans here want to displace me and put stricter rules on our people.
I have not heard much about the civil war in England. Who is fighting and why?
Our king, Charles I, is opposed by Parliament and many nobles, especially the Irish and the Scottish.
Is there any chance it could impact your standing here?
I'm not entirely sure. There's always that chance.
There are always wars. Kings want more, nobles want more, commoners want even more.
What do you want more, Charles?
Well, of course, don't you?
I would like more peace here. If we never go to war again, that would be my dream. I'd also like more settlers and a rocking horse.
A pony. I have a young son. I believe he would like a rocking horse too. I pray he never sees war.
Latour takes a bite of his apple, walks towards the fence, and feeds his apple to the first horse that approaches. He strokes its nose gently. January 22nd, 1642, mid-Atlantic. The Saint Clement on deck day. The ship is in a dead run, wind astern with all sails up. They sail with the wind and the waves.
Françoise had originally come to Acadia with the spring sailing of 1640. From 1640 to 1643, she had returned to France with each autumn sailing, likely to get clear of the bad weather and see to the spring provisions. In 1643, the Saint Clement was late sailing back to France, and the weather was much worse.
Nicole and Françoise sway on deck. The wind whips their hair around their faces and makes even their heavy coats flutter. The sun glistens off the whipped-up waves as the ship cuts its way into La Rochelle.
Nicole, you have been very helpful on this voyage.
Merci, madame. Are you not cold? It is too cold to be on deck in this January wind.
Yes, it is damn cold, but I need the fresh air. It is too close below decks. I know it is your job to attend to my needs, Nicole, but you have truly become a friend and confidant.
Avec plaisir, madame.
I will only have the one chance to see the king, and I must make the most of it.
Francoise and Nicole huddle together against the bracing winds as the ship sails eastward while the sun sets. 16 February, 1643, Louvre Palace, Royal Meeting Room. The meeting room is full of the usual courtiers and King's Council. The guards stand vigil to ensure the safety of the king.
Françoise arrives safely in Paris with Nicole. She finds Latour completely discredited at court, owing to the recent charges brought by D'Aulnay.
It is lovely to see you again, Madame de la Tour, a breath of fresh air in from the New World.
Thank you, Your Highness. I hope you are well.
Cardinal Mazarin, Italian, bedecked in a white religious uniform, introduces himself.
I am Cardinal Mazarin. I will follow the esteemed Cardinal Richelieu after his untimely passing.
Enchanté, Cardinal Mazarin. Your Highness, I offer my condolences at the loss of Cardinal Richelieu. His wisdom will be missed by many.
Yes, I do indeed, my advisor, Cardinal Richelieu. Cardinal Mazarin is doing his best.
Madame, I had to look at this file and see you have been here before on behalf of your husband, Governor Latour.
That is correct.
The dispute between your husband and Governor D'Aulnay has been going on for some time.
The dispute began after Rosalie's death in 1635.
Please refresh us with the details for their grievances against one another.
The two governors in Acadie, my husband, Governor Latour, and D'Aulnay, have overlapping fur trading territories. The agreement requires they split the furs equally.
Madame, what would you recommend?
The furs are the key. They provide the revenue Acadie needs to survive and attract new settlers. D'Aulnay's fort is less accessible. Consequently, more fur traders will come to do business at Fort Latour, which is our own, located on the mainland. Simply said, it is easier for the fur traders to reach us than Governor D'Aulnay. D'Aulnay has been attacking us in court and at our home. He believes we are not fairly sharing the furs.
Is there not already an order to divide the furs equally?
Yes, Cardinal Mazarin, there is. However, Governor D'Aulnay does not trust my husband. He has attacked our fort several times. He discredits us before the king.
Yes, he discredits your husband. You discredit him. I am tired of the squawking of these two minor nobles. They must resolve this once and for all. Your husband hides behind your petticoat, sends you here to curry my favor. This must end.
I understand your frustration, Your Highness. Might I suggest they each operate separately in their own territory? You could enforce a truce with strict consequences, Your Highness.
Your Highness.
The recommendation has merit. Thank you, Madame Latour. I will discuss this with my council. In the interim, you, Madame, are ordered to remain in Paris under house arrest until we resolve this issue.
House arrest? But why, Your Majesty? I am merely presenting our case.
That is enough, Madame. The king has spoken. Do not attempt to leave Paris.
Dejected, Françoise bows respectfully and is ushered out of the meeting room by two guards. King Louis XIII watches her leave. When Françoise is out of earshot, he turns to Mazarin.
Issue a royal edict that on penalty of death, Françoise Marie-Jacqueline, wife of Governor Latour d'Acadie, must remain in Paris until the dispute between her and husband and Governor Charles de Melou d'Aulnay is fully resolved. Post guards to keep her here.
Yes, Your Highness.
25th February, 1643, Hôtel du Roi, dining room. Two disinterested guards watch Françoise. She and her father, Jacques, speak in hushed tones, their faces close together at their table in a corner of the dining room.
No, Papa. I heard as I was being escorted down the corridor at Le Palais. I cannot believe the king would do this to me.
Françoise, my darling girl, I'm here to help you in any way I can. You must leave Paris before they put you in prison.
Papa, did you get my note?
Yes, yes, my dear. I have everything you asked for.
I will flee tonight by horse and carriage. It is all arranged. I will speak to Nicole to make sure she can get to the ship for the return voyage to Acadie.
I love you, Françoise. Stay safe, my sweet girl.
Two soldiers stride by their table. Jacques and Françoise straighten their backs and push forkfuls of cake into their mouths and smile meekly. The soldiers walk by the table again and look closely at Françoise. One soldier leans in, downcast his eyes on the cake. He leers, puts his hand up, and summons a waiter.
Waiter, I'll have a slice of that cake.
The waiter hurries off and returns with a piece of cake. The soldier takes his cake and walks back to his post. Françoise sighs in relief. Jacques' hand visibly shakes, brings his teacup to his mouth and takes a sip. Françoise steadies his hand by giving it a gentle pat. He places the cup silently on the saucer. Jacques slides a brown bag under the table towards Françoise. She grasps it quickly and stuffs it under her petticoat. Françoise leans across the table to her father. She kisses him on each cheek and then once more.
I love you, Papa.
She and her father stand up and embrace. Françoise slinks past the guards towards the staircase. The guards follow Françoise up the stairs to her room. She bids them adieu. Hôtel du Roi, Françoise's room. Françoise has a quick conversation with Nicole. Nicole nods her assent and leaves the room. Françoise takes the bag from under the petticoat and puts it on her bed. She pulls from the bag and examines a wig, dress, and makeup. Also, she pulls from the bag a sachet of coins. She reaches for her purse on the bed and stuffs the sachet of coins inside. Françoise reaches inside the bag again, pulls out an oilcloth, wraps it to reveal a pistol. Later that night, Françoise slips out the window, clambers along the ledge. She throws her bag to the ground. She takes a brave leap and lands like a cat in the dark alley. She stands, brushes herself off, and rushes to the waiting carriage.
Final act, Act 5.
27th February, 1643, London, England. White Hart Inn, dining room day. A busy dining room. Well-dressed men sit with a few women in their finery of the day at packed tables filled with jugs and glasses, filled with wine and ale, platters of cheese, breads, seasonal fruits, and cured meats.
After her 2-day journey from Paris by horse and carriage and even a small trading ship, Françoise arrives at the White Hart Inn, not far from central London, a short ride from the dock on the Thames.
Françoise's room. She unlocks the door to her room, steps in, tosses her bags on the bed. She freshens her face in the water basin, looks in the mirror, and touches up her hair. She rummages through her bags, picks out an appropriate dress, and quickly changes her clothing. Françoise exits her room and rushes down the stairs, disappears into the dining room. White Hart Inn dining room.
Françoise meets Captain Bailey with his white shock of hair under a weathered captain's hat, atop a well-tanned face from years on deck, an unscrupulous fripon, willing to dodge the authorities for a louis d'or or a sol. He is no respecter of the establishment, but he is well known in Acadie.
Captain Bailey stands, removes his cap, and holds a chair for Françoise to sit down at the table.
I am charmed to make your acquaintance, Madame Latour.
Bailey reaches for her hand with both of his hands, gently kisses the top of her hand. She acquiesces.
Thank you for meeting me, Captain Bailey. I have heard much about you. When will the ship be ready to leave? I am very anxious to return to Fort Latour.
My ship will leave at dawn tomorrow. Shall I arrange a carriage for you? I would not want to have any difficulty reaching my ship on time.
Thank you. I have already arranged a carriage. You are aware that secrecy of my travels is of paramount importance.
I'm most aware of the French king's desire to arrest you. You can trust me completely. I give you my word.
My father apprised me of your character. Can you promise me we will sail directly to Fort Latour?
The only deviation will be to avoid the pirates, the English or D'Aulnay and his crew.
My life is in your hands.
I will do my utmost.
30th May, 1643, Grand Banks, Newfoundland. The Gillyflower deck day. Françoise and Captain Bailey stand close to each other on deck in a heated discussion. Françoise waves her hands in anger.
Damn you all to hell, Captain! You promised we will go directly. This trip has lasted 3 months. You and your crew even stopped on the Grand Banks to fish.
Ma'am, I did not promise you would go directly. My intent was to get you to Acadia as soon as we could, avoiding pirates on the way.
But you are fishing here. Where are the pirates?
But, madame, look at today's catch. We will be wealthy selling all these fish.
In the meantime, my husband could be like this dead fish stuck in Donne's net. Or worse, his head hanging on a hook.
Madam, look at my side of the situation. I can barely pay my crew with what you gave me for transport.
I do not give a damn. Get me to Fort Latour now.
Yes, madame. We leave Grand Banks tomorrow at sunrise. You have my word.
I will believe it when my eyes see the shoreline.
25th August, 1643, the Gillyflower below deck day.
Francois saw a shoreline. Many of them, in fact. Captain Bailey and his crew continued to fish for 3 more months. They stopped at several ports to sell their catch.
Francoise kicks and screams as 2 crewmen stuff her into her cabin. One of the crewmen locks the door. They smile to each other and strut up the steps to the deck. Francoise kicks and screams and bangs against the bolted door.
Captain Bailey did what he had to do. He locked Françoise in her cabin. He let her out for a few minutes on deck each day. Finally, he headed towards Fort Latour.
15th September, 1643, the Gillyflower deck. Off Baie Française, Captain Bailey spots 3 armed ships heading directly at them. He notes the French war ensign flags on all 3 ships. He hurries below deck. Captain Bailey bursts into Francoise's cabin.
Madame, 3 French ships approach. I'm letting you out so you can hide down at the deck below. Do not make a fuss, or this will be the end of us all.
Who's approaching?
I don't know. They're flying a French flag. It could be D'Aulnay.
They will find me and kill us all.
If you stay quiet, they won't find you.
Below deck, Captain Bailey takes Francoise to the hold. He forces her into one of many large tubs piled with fish.
Nom de chien! This is the only way.
I promise they won't find you here.
Francoise makes the sign of the cross, grabs her dress and undergarments up, and climbs into the bin. Bailey and crewmen cover her with fish.
Captain Bailey, whether I die in this rotten pile of fish or not, I swear you will pay for this.
If we survive, I will happily pay you.
The Gillyflower deck. Captain Bailey anxiously peers through his spyglass as D'Aulnay approaches in a pinnace. D'Aulnay's ship cannons point at the Gillyflower. Another pinnace of armed sailors pull up alongside D'Aulnay. He yells up to the Gillyflower.
We want to search your ship.
On whose authority?
King Louis XIII, of course.
What is your cause for searching my ship?
None of your damn business. Throw down your ladder now.
Bailey signals to the crewmen to throw down the ladder.
I strongly object, but I'll allow it.
You cause any problems and my cannons will blow you all to hell.
D'Aulnay climbs the ladder to the deck. He deftly lands on both feet, firmly planted as though he commands this ship.
Well, come aboard, make yourself at home. Bloody French ninny hammer.
D'Aulnay pushes Captain Bailey aside and struts past him to go below deck.
All right, then. You know what we are looking for. Avancez.
Heavily armed sailors probe the ship from port to starboard and from stem to stern. D'Aulnay's sailors search below deck in the cargo hold. They check everywhere, turn over bedrolls. They pull everything out of cupboards and search armoires. D'Aulnay summons his men. He points to another cargo hold.
Search those tubs of fish.
The men search the tubs of fish, tossing the fish everywhere. They stab down into the tubs with their bayonets. Francoise huddles in a tub of fish. A bayonet narrowly misses her face. Captain Bailey runs into the cargo hold, yelling,
"Pirates!"
The end.